came over from the West Side.
I came from the West Side. It was great. I listened to, like I said, a whole episode of yours, which was nice. I feel like I pre-gamed.
Yeah.
Now we're going to have, I think, an actual drink, which is going to be fun.
I think we are, because that's where I'm at. I'm dressed like a senator's mistress.
Perfect.
Okay. I had to run around and schmooze people this morning because I'm trying to sell this other show. And that's where we're at. We're hustling. We're throwing shit against the wall, seeing what sticks. But I need a white wine at this moment.
Oh my God. I'm on board. I'm right behind you. I can't, like, it's weird when someone says a legit problem and then you're like, okay, well, I had to call Spectrum today. Like, that wasn't easy for me.
Can I be honest with you? I can handle this shit better than if I had to call Spectrum.
No, I crumbled. I gave up. I actually have to call back tomorrow.
Oh, God.
So, but it's all relative, right?
So are you without internet?
No, I just have to. I'm still paying for my last apartment, even though the box is unplugged. I still have the box. Yeah. They don't want the box back. What do I do with the box?
I don't know. They should.
It feels really shady for me to sell a Wi-Fi box with the cords attached to it.
Don't you have to return it to like a certain like a box store?
Where's the box? See how fast I started to crumble? Like I made it 10 seconds in. I was like, just be for real with me right now. What do you? Please just tell me. Like I will do it. What do I do? We're gonna have to connect you to. You know what? I'll call back tomorrow.
Yeah. I hear you with the
that's my Friday.
With crippling ADHD, sometimes I just like I can't. But I need to talk to somebody. I can't do the automated. Right. I immediately press here and like I want to talk to Carl. I'm going to find out how many kids Carl has. I want to, I because I'm from the South. I get more, I get more bees with honey than with vinegar.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Where are you from?
Texas.
Really? What part?
Houston. Outside of Houston.
I love Houston. Outside, is it like the Woodlands or?
Yeah. Oh my God, that's funny. Montgomery, so close. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Woodlands is what I say to people that know Houston. Houston is what I say to people that don't know Texas.
Yeah.
Austin is what I say to people to seem more interesting.
yeah. They're like, oh, Houston. Okay, great. They know nothing.
Well, that's also a way to shirk the like.
Oh my God. Wait, if you're just listening on audio right now, we have a plethora of beverages that just came in. Because I'll tell you what I love about Dear Media. You tell them that one business venture is canceled, and they will bring in plenty of alcohol.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Oh,
those are some timeless pieces.
I mean, I love a spritz, but also, what is this?
I was looking at that.
A hibiscus watermelon, Calidad. Let's start with this.
Okay.
It's a spiked seltzer, and then we'll go to the spritz. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
Let's do it.
I love spritz.
There we go. Really? Cheers.
Cheers.
Nice to meet you. I'm sorry I'm pressuring you to drink in my darkness.
No.
Thank you.
Now, I was going to ask you, do you drink when you're on tour before shows or anything? No, you don't?
No, we need to get into tour.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm an old workhorse, though.
Oh, sorry.
You're fine. I do a long show. I just can't drink before shows. Yeah. It's not my thing. If I'm doing club sets,
right,
like I'll have white wine and try out new shit. But if I'm doing a theater, I don't drink during my shows. Where are you at? Where are you at in the journey?
Yeah, it's funny. It's such like a learned thing that you have to do. Because when I think about it, I'm like, it's a Friday night.
Yeah.
I'm out. These people are all drinking. It's weird to like separate yourself. You're like performing. So you're at work.
Right.
That's weird. So I went into it a couple times. I did a couple shows in Seattle and Portland this weekend. And the Seattle show was massive. It was like 700 people at each show. Wild. And so you have that like energy. And I'm like, oh, I want to keep it up. I want to drink. But you forget drinking actually does the opposite. It puts you in bed.
Right.
So going into Seattle, I drank one beer before the show just to like
cut the nerves,
get loose, like golfing, or anything else that you drink before baby showers. Yeah. And it was great. It was like phenomenally better, like so much better than the night before because I had like 4 beers. There's a bell curve.
You'll also realize as you start to tour more, you just can't. Your body. How old are you?
Yeah. 26.
Oh, okay. You're still an angel. You're a little baby cherub angel. I mean, for me, if I have 2 white wines, the acid reflux is so bad. I'm wolfing down the Tums.
I brought some Pepsid.
Yeah. Okay. You're good. So you're set up for success.
I went to the doctor twice, and I was like, you don't understand. I'm having my heart's giving out.
Right.
Like, you're having heartburn, and it's because you're drinking at these things.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, I thought it was like failure of the organs happening. And I was like, you know what? It's finally happening.
Yeah.
I earned the failure of the organs, but it's simply heartburn. So
heartburn is a motherfucker. I had to get an endoscope when I was like 16 because I got such bad heartburn in high school from like stress. I was a musical
and
theater
it's a stress
kid.
thing too.
It's a stress thing. So when you start to get stressed out, lay off the acidic foods, cut the marinara sauce in half.
Oh wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Get comfortable. Okay, so my best advice for you as you go, as you're touring, if you want longevity, don't party. Party afterwards.
Okay.
I don't know. Are you sitting down and like doing like 3 shows in the same city, like on a weekend?
Yeah. All these shows are usually back to back. I'll usually do 2 in a night.
Okay, great. So when I'm doing clubs, I'll do multiple shows in a night. But when I do theater, it's like I'm giving people like 90 minutes.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm tired. And then sometimes when I do 2 shows, the second show, I'll have like an out of body experience where I'm like, have I already said this joke? You know what I mean? Where you're halfway through your set and you know you've already said it because you said it at 7 o'clock, but now it's 10:30. So sometimes it fucks me up. I prefer to do like 1 show in a night.
That is insane. You said that. I had that.
Yeah.
I had that this weekend in Portland. I was like, I literally said, finish this joke for me. If you heard this already, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, no. And I was like, okay, thank God.
Good.
I'm going to start over. I also keep it pretty conversational.
Nice.
You know, 'cause people that listen to the podcast, I'm sure like a lot of them are the people that come to the shows.
Yeah.
So like they know how you operate. You know, they're not seeing it for the first time. They don't know your joke, your punchline, but like they know your personality. So like you can be like, oh, let me start that one over. Right. And then get back on track.
What has been the biggest thing or the biggest eye opener since you've gotten on the road? Because I know you have a pretty strong female audience.
Yeah.
So sometimes with new gals who are not, I would say, well-versed in stand-up comedy shows. Like it took a minute when I had some gals who had never been to shows before to come out and learn the etiquette of stuff. I'm like, we're not chit-chatting. We're not repeating the jokes after I've said them. Let me perform. And then you go to the bar afterwards with your girlfriends and you nitpick every fucking thing I said that night. What has been the learning curve that you've experienced?
Yeah, that was it. You just described it. Yeah.
Were they just talking through your jokes?
I think, yep.
Yeah.
I had one time when I said, oh, that there was actually two girls and 2 guys in the front row that were actually powwowing. And it doesn't bug me as much. I can stay on track, but I could see that the people around them were looking at them.
Yes.
And it was bumming them out. And like they bought the same ticket that you did, so they deserve a good show. And so I can't, in my heart, be mean to someone, especially if they bought a ticket to my show. But that's an invitation. You've now become a target for me, unfortunately, 100%. and it's a target that everyone is on board with.
Yes.
So I can be like, oh, you guys, this is really rude of us for us to have built this comedy hall and bring an audience. And when they were having a conversation, they had, you know, like, that was rude of us. And
how dare we interrupt their dinner conversation?
What's crazy is those people don't notice a lot of times.
No, they don't. Yeah, I mean, listen, I've had everything. When I've been on the road for almost 5 years now, I mean, when I first got on the road, you know, I'd have women take 2 Klonopin, have a white wine, and pass out on my front row.
Yeah.
I had a lady shit herself in Tampa.
Wow.
Then she left her dirty underwear in the bathroom. We've had somebody barf. You know what I mean? It's been a wild ride. I've had women arrested, and it's not me being like, get them out of here.
Right.
They just end up, you know, doing this to themselves. So it's a learning curve. I'm always here to be like a wise aunt to you as you explore the open road. But so what is your show like right now?
So I structured it a little differently. Also, that was my experience too. I had two girls kicked out of the front row. I didn't have them kicked out.
Yeah.
But I said at the second show, or like at that show that they had been kicked out of, I wasn't on stage when they were taken out. And I meant to say it's weighing heavy on my heart that they had to leave. And I said it's sitting heavy on my face because of the drinking. So that was another reason I was like, I'm like saying so it's way out of pocket.
I love a sit on the face joke.
Oh, that was
classic.
Where was my head at? I'll tell you, it was 3 beers deep. But the way I've structured my sets right now is, or my whole show is called Fibs and Friends. I'm wearing the merch.
Yeah, I love it.
But the way I've set it up is like when I started to host, I really enjoyed hosting. Yeah. And so I've essentially just like built out the hosting thing a little bit more. So I come out, I do a 25 plus at the top. And then I bring out 3 comics, 3 or 4. And I come up in between for a second. I do a little interlude and then I do 20 at the end. Great. Close it out.
All right.
It's like shot chaser type thing. And I think it's nice. I also am scared of people being like, is he still yapping? Right. You know, so I've cut it up. I get it. I think it's the ADHD thing. I'm being
come to my show. Literally people are like, that was 2 hours. I go, I've got more.
Yeah.
And then there are days where I'm like, I've done too much. Like I just really enjoy the theatrics of it all. And then I'll get off stage. I'm like, I should have cut this into like a 50-minute set. So then I have another hour for this next tour because I'm just doing too much.
Okay. So
don't do too much. My first life lesson for you is just do a great show, but don't do too much.
Okay.
Leave them wanting more.
So you have jokes that would you go out on a tour and be like, I have this one that's not fully cooked. I'm going to use it on the next tour or on the next.
Oh, for sure.
And so I'm going to use.
Yes.
I already won tonight. I'm gonna might as well continue to use this crowd that's here.
Yes, I will be.
Wow.
I'm closing out this tour right now, and I will be in the middle of saying a joke, and in my brain, I literally was on stage this past weekend. And I thought to myself, I was like, "Fuck, I gotta write a new joke." Like I'm saying the jokes, and I'm like, I've already got to write new material. That's an unhinged thing to do when you know the show so well that you're saying the jokes, and you're like, already thinking of the next thing.
Because you yourself have said them so many times?
Yes, it's in my bones.
Yeah.
But I'm an old musical theater kid. Like I'm a workhorse of a theater person.
Yeah.
So like when I'm backstage, I don't party, I don't bring an entourage, I have my opener, and I listen to like classical jazz and put on my glitter suits and do my own hair and makeup. And then I'll rage afterwards. But like I don't let anybody backstage, like even like managers and agents. I'm like, no, I'm not here to fucking entertain you before I have to entertain other people. That's a lesson you need to learn. Don't let people in your creative space before you get creative.
I didn't even know what a writer was until this week.
What's on your writer?
I don't have anything because I didn't know what it was.
Okay.
I kept thinking they meant joke writer. Who's your writer? Are you bringing a writer? Do you want a writer? And I was like, I know I did this. I'm actually good. They're done.
Yeah.
They're cooked out. And so I've been going to these shows alone.
Yeah.
And then I meet the comics that I'm doing the show with. It's usually I bring out local people to the shows because they like know the area. They do jokes. It warms everybody up in the crowd. And then I get to go up just in case the crowd hates me. Right. Like at least they have comics they spent money on they saw that night. But I don't have anyone back there. I'll usually like I said, have the beer, loosen up, and then I have like a celebratory halfway through, crack one open, and that's the rest. But then it's been so back to back with shows. I don't even go out at night. It was the first time I've been in a city. Didn't really leave my hotel room because it was raining in Portland. Yeah. Went to the venue alone. Met the comics. Did my show. Yeah. Finished up. Went to my hotel room and went to bed. Can I tell you? It's called maturity. That was awesome. You're at work now. Yeah. That's the thing. People are like, before a show, Heather, come take shots with us. Come to the bar. I go, I've got to be sober because I'm about to entertain you. Yeah. It's you're learning, you're step into the wise world of being an adult. You are an actual entertainer that's getting paid now. Yeah. Now, it's like I was always jealous of like rock star shit. I'm like, yeah, I'd love to go do like an 8-ball and then, be able to go out there. Would love to go sing. I would love to go sing. Oh, sorry. Can I tell you how madly there are days where I'm like, I would love to do a team sport, like be in a band where if you're hungover, you're having a rough day, you can kind of just lean on the bass and not have to give it your all. But it's solo sport, baby. It's solo. It's all about you. You got to stay hydrated. You got to stay limber. Yeah. I'm going to give you some tough love today. No. I promise I'm in a good mood. You are in a good mood. I'm loving this. Wait, so let's talk about your origin though. So you grew up in Houston and then what brought you out to LA? I went to school in Austin. I went to UT. Mm-hmm. And then SEC boy. Hook 'em. Yeah. I went to Ole Miss. Oh, let's go. Yeah. Okay. See, there was something energy in this room. I could feel it. And then I actually started working at Bumble, a dating app, in college, and then graduated and stayed in Austin, kept working there, and then left Bumble and moved out here for Bird, the scooter company. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, that's why I moved out here. And then, I was immediately fired, hit the kick because of COVID. And because those, everyone dies on a Bird scooter. Well, yeah, that's an uphill battle that we had. An uphill battle on like a dying electric scooter, and then there's a car coming to hit you. Yeah. So that didn't work out, but then I was like trying to apply to jobs during COVID. Right. Moved back to like a friend's house, moved out of LA, moved down south to Orange County, and then started posting on TikTok because I was applying to jobs, so many jobs, and was not getting any callbacks. I keep saying callbacks because I've been in this industry now too long. It's all the same. Whatever it is. If you're trying to get a job at Verizon, it's a callback. Callback. Yeah. I couldn't get anyone to respond, and I think I applied to like 96 jobs or something. Holy shit. It was 4 months, and I was like watching my bank account go down, right, and it wasn't making anything. That whole time I was posting on TikTok, and I never thought like this could be something. And it was like a slow growth, and then the agency started calling, and then ended up signing the agency. Finally, like my team reached out, and they were like, if you want to take this seriously, you could, and you could like hold off applying to jobs for a little bit. So I did for a little bit, and then a little bit is 4 years now. So posted on TikTok enough, then started doing just comedy, and then started doing stand-up last year.
Great.
And the stand-up is great, and now we're touring. It's so weird. It's so weird.
Stick with the touring. That's how you're going to make your monies, because the rest of this business is absolutely. Here's the thing: becoming a creator and doing stand-up, you have the power. If you build it, they will come. You go to your shows, you put up your videos, like you have the power.
Right.
It's in the other aspects of it where you have to wait for somebody else to make a decision on like your creative journey. That's what's frustrating. So keep doing what you're doing. Just stay dialed in. Like you're crushing it.
It's crazy. I've got this thing. Do you have imposter syndrome at all?
I had imposter syndrome the first year I went out on tour, and then now I'm in a place where I'm like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's also because like I'm like I put in the work, you know.
Right.
Yeah, you will. Listen, there will be a little bit of a journey, especially translating from screen onto stage, because then you're like, you know, you have all these millions of followers on social media, but you're like, how does it actually translate to putting asses in seats? But look, you're doing it. How do you feel with the imposter syndrome?
So I have imposter syndrome, and then I also have this God complex that, and they switch off whose shift it is.
Yeah.
And they clock in and out. And so I going into the shows, I'm like, oh my God, I feel so guilty almost that people bought tickets to see me. Because like why, like they don't know, what if I suck, you know? And then I kill it, and I'm like, I should have charged more for those tickets, you know? Like, I'm just kidding. But I went and did these huge shows, you know, in the Pacific Northwest, and I came home and I did a show in Santa Monica on Monday to like 25 people.
Yeah.
And it was the best show of my, like, since I've started doing stand-up. It was so much fun. The crowd work was there. I wasn't, you know, nervous at all. So it's putting things in perspective after doing these big shows that are my audience. Now I'm doing 25 people, but they don't know who I am. So it's like, now I got to win these people. Let me see if my comedy has a leg to stand on with people that aren't my fans, you know, like. I
mean, I just did that in Australia.
How was that? Yeah,
I
different
got back
countries.
from a month in Australia, and I sold decently there, but I had no idea. They're like, no, we want you to go to a totally different country, see if anybody knows you there.
Yeah.
And it was some of my favorite shows. Because that's it. You also constantly need to challenge yourself.
Right.
Listen, shit's going to pop off. You're going to have all these people who are dialed into your comedy, but then you also got to push yourself to be like, all right, I don't know why I'm sorry if I sound like I'm giving like sage advice. I'm not. I'm just.
No, it's
I don't want to be like preachery, but those are the times when you grow, and you're like, I'm doing a show for 20 people, and this is when I'm literally going to let it rip, because why not?
Totally. That's how it's been feeling too. Like, especially ripping the Band-Aid off.
Oh yeah.
And now I'm doing San Francisco this week, and I'm really scared.
Where are you playing San Francisco?
Cobb's.
Oh, Cobb's is great.
Cobb's is great?
Yeah. And also the San Francisco crowds lean into how shitty San Francisco is.
Really?
Yes, because they get it. Like when I just did a show there at the Palace of Fine Arts, and my car got broken into. We had 2 security guards standing outside of like our Escalade. We only had one like camera bag that just we had walked in the building. We were not in the building 10 seconds, and the security guard saw some guy smash our windows. Like they were 3 feet from it, and they were like, "Yeah, San Francisco, man." And I'm like,
hey,
"Yeah, it is what it is." So lean into
beauty of the city,
the dumpster fire that is San Francisco. Shout out to everybody from San Francisco. We love you.
It's pockets.
Of
San Francisco, and
it's a whole place. It's a whole place. Yeah, it's a shithole.
I was booking, obviously, like everything I book because of the Adderall shortage is 2 days before. Like my flight, I was like, they were like, what time are you getting in? I'm like, I should get a flight. And I went to book my hotel today, and the Santa Monica proper was $170. And I'm like, this is awesome.
Oh, you mean the San Francisco proper?
What did I say?
Yeah, because it's
San Francisco.
in the Tenderloin. Do not stay in the Tenderloin.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I didn't. I was like, if you walk outside there, and I have stayed not at the proper, but in that area before, and oh my God, apocalypse now.
Dirty needles everywhere.
Crazy.
It's really jarring, because I grew up going to San Francisco. My grandparents lived up in Sausalito, and I'm like, it's one of my favorite cities, but it is wild. I'm like, how has no one figured out how to solve this problem?
I mean, I'm not even, I don't know. I think the answer is I don't know.
I don't know. I literally, every time I'm there, I stand outside of like the Ritz-Carlton and I go, I don't fucking know. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
Do you get back to Houston a lot? Is your family still there?
No, I don't go back. I don't really care about it. Is that bad to say?
That's fine.
I don't really need to go back, besides my dog, who's just filled with lumps.
Hold on. So your family's there.
Yeah.
And you left a lumpy dog behind.
No, I'm sorry. My childhood dog, that's still, I call him my dog. Got him for my birthday. But he's just filled with lumps, and I have to go touch him one more time before.
Yeah, for sure.
He's just so old. It's
Is he like a golden?
He's an Australian shepherd. Yeah.
He can't tell you, it's the goldens, the shepherds, and the labs that get very lumpy.
They get really lumpy.
I don't know if it's their size, but something happens. A lot of growths.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And my dad has this thing where he's like, I have a medical like amount that I'm gonna pay to keep a dog going, and his far surpassed that, and he's not in any pain.
Yeah.
So they're just letting him lump on.
Okay. Well, you know what? He's living his best life.
And let God, lump God.
Yeah, lump God. Let go, lump God. I love that. That's beautiful. I have 2 French bulldogs at home that I would literally, I do skin to skin. I would let them breastfeed if PETA wouldn't show up at my house.
Yeah.
Like those are my children. I'm that person.
Yeah, I just rescued a dog here because. Oh,
good. You rescued? Oh, well, one up. Connor's a rescuer.
Yeah,
okay.
That's legitimately to sell tickets to my show. By the way, I don't give a shit. No, I did. He's gorgeous, so I just lucked out. Like everyone's like, "What kind of dog is that?" And I'm like, I don't know. So I got his DNA tested because I've been lying to people.
Okay, what is his mix?
It's still in the mail.
Okay.
So I'll get back to you on that. But he looks like a golden collie mix. He's big. And I didn't know he was going to get big, so that's on me. But he's massive and he's so cool. And that's really it. I don't know. I live alone, so I don't know how I ever lived alone without a dog. What did I do?
I don't live alone. I live with my mother and my husband and 2 French bulldogs. And there are days where I'm like, I would love to live alone with just my dog.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure.
So are you single?
I am, yeah.
Okay. And what's that dating scene? Now that you have all these women at your shows, listen, people are going to start throwing panties at you. They're going to want to give you blowjobs. I'm going to tell you this right now.
They're going to want to give you blowjobs.
They are.
Do not listen to them.
Don't listen to them. Don't let the devil work his way. How is that going? What's the single life now that you're popping off on the talks?
It's cool. I think that the TikTok thing is scary because like if you piss someone off, they're just gonna make a TikTok about you, you know? So it's like scary to, and that could be.
You got to be fucking nice.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that I am married and I didn't date. Like if any of my exes come for me, I'll be like, no, actually it was on you. Okay.
Yeah. All those TikToks that are like, yeah, I got there and he didn't order cheese on his burger because it was an extra $2.50. So I left the date. It's just got like, they'll make a TikTok. People make TikToks about everything now.
I am really wondering, especially with like everything that's going on with a ton of comedians, Matt Rife, I'm like, are these people that are saying shit like you're gonna get sued? And this shit
for libel, right?
Yes, and I don't even know what is real, what is not, and I just see some of this stuff and I feel bad for people. I'm like, what? This is kind of crazy. The shit that people will either make up and listen. If it's true, then everyone's an asshole.
Right.
But I just don't understand how people get off by making a TikTok about fucking anything.
I know, and it's crazy because that does like as stupid as it is, like cancel culture or whatever. It moves the needle a lot. Like
it moves
the bottom line too. Like even if it's based on nothing. And I'm not talking about legitimate claims. I'm talking about random bullshit. Oh, this I've been seeing like a lot of I saw this influencer at the mall and she was a bitch to me, and it's like, why did you go up to her when she was like in the dressing room? You know, it's like,
she was actually naked. You walked into Zara. Yeah. She screamed and said, "Excuse me, sir."
Right. Matt Rife, can you get out of my dressing room?
I am like one of those people. I genuinely am like, you know, I love to chit chat with everybody out and about. But like today, I'm like, I'm sure I was walking around in a bad mood after I'm just like sulking at the one hotel. And somebody's like, saw Heather McMahan. She seems like a big cunt. And I'm like, well, today I am, Cheryl.
Yeah, she was pouting at the one.
Yeah. Just, you know,
you can't
snorting
win.
an Adderall off the front desk.
Hey, she's an adult. She gets to do things like that. Yeah. Oh my gosh. No, I'm scared of something like that. So with the dating stuff, I've had people make very successful TikToks just scrolling through my like Raya, and I'm like, I don't even have a Raya. They won't let me on. So
they won't let you on Raya?
They won't let me on Raya.
Who do we need to call?
Well, I think it's because I applied right when I got this job at Bumble, I think it was. And I was like, I'm a creative. I work in marketing. And like, I think that's when they were like tightening the like wait list a little bit. And they were like, you aren't creative, you work in marketing. And now they're like, oh, you've like picked up a pencil before. You're creative in a way. Like get in here.
My first tour, I did a collab activation with Bumble, and every city I would go to, I would connect with the guy on Bumble, and then I'd bring him up on stage. Yeah. Sometimes it worked, and sometimes we would get like grade A serial killers, and I would have to, while these guys were on stage, kind of like look at the audience and be like, nobody fucking talk to this guy after the show. Like I would have to do PSAs. So I was like, okay, and Michael, thanks for being here. And then he'd walk off stage. I'm like, nobody talk to this guy. He's going to be lurking at the merch booth. This man will murder everyone in this building. Yeah. It was tough.
I remember that. I feel like, do you know what year that was?
2019. Were you there then? 2018, 19?
I was there.
Yeah.
That's why I remembered that.
Yeah, and they sent a guy from Bumble who was like the liaison from the brand to my shows, and he would do ketamine backstage.
Yes.
And he would drink Red Bull, smoke cigarettes, and do ketamine.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's still with the company. I mean, Bumble's fantastic. Shout
I
out
think
to
he
them.
actually just got let go, if I'm thinking of the right
And
person.
he was the one who was filtering through the people, and I finally had to call the brand and be like, guys, this guy is not a tastemaker.
Nice,
so
yeah.
we need to go ahead and pull the ripcord on that. Also grilling you, can I tell you, with
No, it's fun.
these questions like, what do you want to find in a woman? How is your career? What the fuck do you want to promote? Where are you at mentally and emotionally in your life? That's where we really want to get to.
Wait, is that a question? Is that a real question?
Yeah, that was a question. That was a real question.
Okay. Where am
I'm
I?
supposed to ask you the questions as in like, where are you at in your career? How's touring? All this shit. But where are you at today, physically, mentally, emotionally?
Mentally,
Yeah,
I feel pretty good,
great.
but I always feel really good under, like, if there was a massive, horrible situation happening, I stay so calm.
Yeah,
But if I need to like make a dentist appointment, I'm toast.
I am right there with you.
Yeah. Is that ADHD, do you think?
It for sure is ADHD, but also like I can stand in front of 6,000 people and tell jokes, which is an unhinged thing to do.
Right.
But if I have to have like a basic, like I had the most awkward interaction right before you walked in with another podcaster here, Josh. I literally was, I didn't know if I should stand up. I couldn't hug him. I just made things weird. And I don't know why. I was like, and I'm a very social person. Like you, I can't figure out how to find, like,
You're going to go to sleep thinking about that?
Yeah, I know for sure. I don't know how to validate a parking ticket, but I could like do your taxes.
I never have validated.
Never.
I always go and push the button when I exit and go, I had my ticket and it's gone now. I don't even.
So you're a liar.
I
is what you're
I
saying.
checked everywhere and they're like, wow, this poor 12-year-old, he shouldn't even be driving. And then they let me out.
Yeah, you do look young.
I know.
You got a great. See, you're going to work in the industry for a long time because you may be 26 now, but honey, you're going to be 57 and still playing 26. That's great.
It's all that adrenochrome I found on my way up here.
Every time I would audition, I would literally be 22, and they're like, "So today your audition's for a tired mom of like 4," and I'm like, "I'm literally 22," and they're like, "Yeah, but you got that voice."
Oh, I mean, I'm Netflix's golden nugget. Like I can do high school forever.
You really could.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you auditioning?
I'm trying to.
Okay,
That's
great.
nocallbacks.com.
Yeah.
Like that's.
But at this point, there are no callbacks. You will just eventually, they'll call you and say you booked it, you're on set.
I know, how weird.
I was at a party last night. I got invited to Vanity Fair's Young Hollywood party.
Was that over there
It was over at
with the tents? Did I see the tents?
Oh no, that's for the Elton John party for the Oscars. No, that was over at Chateau. But I was the oldest person there by like 10 years. When I say it was like Young Hollywood, I got invited by Instagram and Vanity Fair.
Wow.
But I was the oldest person there. I went with my writing partner, and we were standing there, and you just see everybody pass around the same vape. I don't know what it is with your generation.
Yeah.
Y'all love to share a fucking vape.
Yeah.
You know, everything smelled like banana cream pie or mango, and I'm like, guys, why are we sharing this vape? Everyone's gonna end up with mono.
I know.
What are we doing?
We're getting mono.
We are getting mono.
Yeah, it makes you lose so much weight. Like,
have you ever gotten mono?
Oh, I got mono. I got mono as an adult, like out of college, which was the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
Lost 22 pounds.
Oh, fuck. Do you want to make out? I might need a little touch of
I'm actually
mono.
probably,
Hell yeah.
it's laying dormant
It is
probably
laying
in my
dormant.
mouth.
Yeah.
But it was weird. I got it right when I was working and I just had moved out here, and it was right when the wildfires hit like Brentwood.
Uh-huh.
And
So did you just think you were sleepy because of the smoke?
Oh my God, I thought I was depressed. And I was at work and I was like, you just got this job. You are not qualified for the job that I got. It was like starting the marketing team at Bird.
Yeah.
Like you were a personality hire 100% and you are sulking around. Stop being depressed.
Right.
Stop being depressed. So I would drink coffee after coffee after coffee. But I would be sitting, I remember one meeting specifically, like right at like 2 weeks in, and I was sitting there like, if I so much as did this, like I would fall completely asleep.
Yeah.
And so I went home and I called in sick, which sucked for like on a Friday. I called in sick and it's like such a bad look. It's like, oh, really? You're calling in sick on Friday? Get a grip. And I fell asleep on Friday. I woke up on Sunday at like 3 p.m.
Were people doing like a wellness check on you?
No. I thought my phone was broken. No one hit me up. I was like, oh, it's on Do Not Disturb. It's not. Oh, Verizon. No.
So you slept for like 48 hours?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And then what did you do? Just drive to the hospital?
Well, then I went to call my mom and I was like, I'm like straight up, I'm passing on.
Yeah.
At this difficult time, I'm no longer with us. And when I talked, and it was the first time I'd spoken out loud in 4 days, I was like, It was like,
Yeah.
It was like, what is his name? Frogger? Kermit.
Yeah, Kermit. Yeah.
Same almost, but it was Kermit talking, and she was like, I can't understand what you're saying. And I looked in the mirror, and it was just like my throat was completely closed, like I couldn't breathe. So I walked across the street to urgent care, and I
love an urgent care.
I'm dying.
Yeah.
And they were like, there's straight up nothing wrong with you. I was like, you're fucking kidding me. I'm not living here. Like, and so they brought in like 2 separate doctors, and then they were like, we're just gonna give you a steroid shot. And then they're like, oh wait, your test just came back. You have strep and mono.
God, I was a streppy kid. I got strep, like people got their periods, aggressive and once a month.
Insane. Once I got it that time, I've gotten it constantly. Is that another like mono type situation?
Well, technically they say strep and mono is a part of Epstein-Barr virus, which just lays dormant. So I don't get strep as much, but I get sinus infections and I get a UTI like a motherfucker.
Really?
Oh, I got a tiny urethra.
Damn.
Fun fact, tiny pee hole.
The smaller the urethra, I can't even say this. Jeez.
Yeah.
Alcohol percentage of these, by the way. The smaller the urethra, the further from God is what they say.
It's actually the smaller the urethra.
It's hard to, that was a tough sentence.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I also thought that my vulva was uvula, but uvula is the dingle dangle in the back of the throat. So I'm a woman and I've been saying that wrong for 37 years. I have a little fun fact, scientific fact, I have a tiny pee hole. So when I pee, it sounds like I'm pressure washing the side of a toilet.
Right.
Yeah, it's just it's a steady stream.
Frying fajitas.
100%. Yeah. So so then you end up getting strep and mono, and there's nothing they can give you an antibiotic for strep, but they can't give you anything for mono, right?
Anything helped at that point. Like I was just like, okay, so they got the swelling to go down my throat like right away. But the scariest part was when I woke up before I went to urgent care, I walked outside and it was pitch black, and I was like, what time is it? 3 a.m. on Sunday?
Yeah.
I was confused. It was because the fires had rolled in, and it was like 3 p.m. and it was pitch black because I was right next to them. So then I was like outside breathing in the air. There's no one outside. It was like
you also have strep.
It was like I was on Market Street in San Francisco. It was like at the apocalypse. Yeah. And then it ended up going away like 3 days after I took my steroid. Started taking the steroids.
And it hasn't come back since.
No.
Okay, this is what's going to happen.
Oh,
you're going to be halfway through this tour and you're going to get fucking mono. So I'm going to tell you this right now. Look me in my eyes. You need to start hydrating. Take some like AG1. Get some vitamin D. Yeah. Do not let this thing kill you. Okay? It's going to come back with a vengeance.
Damn, I know. I feel like it's alive and it's just like, it can hear us.
It's waiting. It's waiting for your like on a 2-week bender. Even like if it's not an alcoholic bender, just like when you're going from city to city, state to state, show to show, it'll rear its ugly head on a Saturday night.
I know. And it's never drinking for me. It's sleep.
Yeah.
Like, lack of sleep is worse for me than getting blackout drunk.
I would tell you this right now, my hand to God, I absolutely agree with that. And that's another thing as you get older, you're like, I won't drink I can't drink red wine after like 6 p.m. So I just drink it at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Because if not, my sleep will be fucked up. Tequila doesn't fuck up my sleep. Yeah. Red wine fucks me up.
Why? Just sugar?
I think it's the sugars.
Yeah, tequila. So I had heard that tequila was like the one liquor that people with diabetes can drink because there's no sugar. And then I saw the sugar in Casamigos and I was like, that's so much sugar.
I mean, I'm probably pre-diabetic and I've been wolfing down the tequila, so I don't know.
I don't know. Like, that's what I heard, but I may have dreamt it or made it up. So.
I mean, also, isn't Casamigos, like, I don't want George Clooney to be mad at me, but isn't it kind of like shitty tequila?
When you drink nicer tequila, you come back to Casamigos, which after graduating college, you're like, I'm getting Casamigos in my tequila soda. And then you have different tequila and you come back and you're like, oh, that's like coconut water.
Yeah.
Actually.
It's like a pure great Gatorade.
Yeah.
Where else are you going on this tour?
A bunch of places I'm going to. So San Francisco's up next. 4 shows in Philly next week.
Oh, Philly's so fun.
I'm so excited for Philly.
Again, like San Francisco, the Philly fans, you have to fucking razz them from being from Philly. Like, you got to lean into the fact that they're from Philly. It's just...
What's going on in Philly? What's an example of...
People from Philly are just insane. Like, I go up there and I do a ton of like Penn State jokes. I rip them on the sports and they're insane. You may die. Like, I was doing some pretty intense Penn State jokes at a Philadelphia show and I was like, this is it. This is the moment where I die. Like, I thought a man was going to shank me on the front row, but you have to lean in because they respect you for that shit.
They run green though. They bleed green.
Yeah, like they do.
Go Birds. But do you go, when you go city to city, say you're going San Francisco to Philly, that's what I'm doing. Do you write San Francisco specific jokes and then you move and you like rewrite Philly specific jokes? Like, do you do that? when you
Yeah,
go
I
there?
mean,
Or
I
is it off
always
the top
open
of
up
your
with
head?
like, everybody does crowd work just to open up. But yeah, I'll do specific stuff. But are you saying like, do I translate the jokes from San Francisco to Philly and just like,
Well, so I've been doing this, and I don't know if I'm doing anything right now that I'm like hearing you talk about like your strategy, but like I've been going on my way to like a Houston or like a whatever, like a Brooklyn, and on my way to the show, I'll write like 6 or 7, 10 minutes, I don't know, about the city I'm going to be in.
yeah,
I'm like, well, I hope this works. And it always works because people like hearing about their city. But is that what you do?
Yeah,
That's what you do.
Yeah, you're just writing material about the city.
I cannot believe like to date, I've been closing my eyes and guessing, and it's been working out.
Wait, why? We're not okay. Let's not overthink this. We're making this too complicated. No, yeah, of course you open up with like 5 minutes about the city, and then you can just go into your usual set.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're doing it right. No, don't overthink it. I'm saying like when you go to Philly, and you do these things, just lean in.
Okay.
Like they can. What I'm trying to say is the audience can handle it. Fucking whatever you think you're gonna do, go even harder because they can handle it. People in Chicago can handle it. I mean, I'm from the South, so like I know how to like really like razz people up in Atlanta. Florida cannot handle it. They want to handle it, they can't always handle it.
They're butthurt?
No, they're just Floridians are in their own fucking world.
Yeah,
and I
right.
love Florida, but they're in their own fucking world.
Yeah.
Is there anywhere you're excited to go? Like, what's at the top of your list? Like shows that you're like, fuck yeah, let's go.
I've never been to Nashville. I want to go to Nashville.
God. Nashville, Tennessee audiences are some of the best audiences in the biz. Where are you playing in Nashville? You doing Zanies?
Zanies,
Oh my
yeah.
God. Tell Lucy I said hi.
Hi, Lucy.
Lucy's the best in the biz. You will absolutely love Zanies. It's the best club in the country.
Wow.
You're going to have so much fun.
Really?
How many shows are you doing?
Doing 2.
Great. You're going to have a blast. Same night?
Yeah.
Oh God, I can't wait. You know what? Fuck it. What are the dates? I might come to the show.
Oh my God. Let me look. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Let me look.
Yeah,
I can
plug
pull it up
those
while we're
dates.
talking. Hang on.
Ladies, if you are in Nashville and you want to see some fire comedy, come see Connor at Zanies.
Yep.
And we're going to get to those dates. April 11th. Is that a Friday? What day of the week is that? Don't even worry about it. April 11th.
I was going to say, I don't think I get Fridays yet.
What?
Oh, Thursday's fun.
Great, though. Nashville is one of those. It is such a great entertainment city. There is something popping off every night of the week. Thursday shows in Nashville are always the best. You're going to have so much fun.
I'm so stoked.
I'll tell you where to go. Do you know where you're staying? Let's not talk about this on camera.
Yeah, smart.
I will tell you where to stay. I will curate the whole thing.
Oh my
I'll make dinner
God.
reservations for you. Are you going somewhere right after Nashville? Are you staying like in the South? I'm sorry, I'm just grilling you on your schedule.
I get so confused and turned around. We just added 3 days in Texas too, which I'm so excited about.
Oh, great. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Right outside of Houston, Dallas, Austin. So DC. Oh, I got 6 days. I do want to stay a little bit in Nashville. And I think maybe I get the weekend. I can take the weekend.
Do a 3-day. Yeah.
Cool.
There's great restaurants, great people, great scene. You got to go see a show at the Ryman. Like it's just a vibe. You got to tear up Broadway. You're going to have a great time.
Hell yeah. I'm so excited.
What's your family situation like? You close with your parents?
Yeah.
You got siblings?
Yeah, I have a little sister.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we're all very tight. We hang out a lot. They come here though, which is nice. My dad was a pilot.
Because you refuse to go back to Houston.
It's just hard to get to. Like the Woodlands. You fly in.
So then you got to drive an hour.
There's nothing in between.
Also, Houston has the worst airports on the fucking planet.
Yeah,
it's bad. Hobby's bad.
Hobby's tough.
It's all tough.
Yeah,
G-Dub's bad.
It's huge, but like sometimes things aren't good just because they're big.
Yeah.
L.A.
It's a shit show.
It's a shit show.
You like being a West Sider?
Love it. Why would I pay? Here's where I have a big falling out with California, LA specifically. Yeah. You're paying California taxes and then you live 8 miles inland.
Mm-hmm.
I pay the same as most of my friends that live in West Hollywood.
Yeah.
Except I can. The ocean is the point of California. I will say Venice
currently, there's a lot of needles in the sand.
I live in a nice, not like a nice area, but like for whatever reason, there's just like a point. It's pockets again. So
you need to go to Australia because you're a surfer, right? You need to go to Australia. It is like Bondi Beach is literally Venice if it didn't have a single piece of dirt or a cigarette in the sand. It was like a utopic society. I'm like, this is what Venice used to be. How long have you been surfing?
Often I suck, by the way, but I just enjoy the game.
Yeah.
For a while, I followed surfing since I was landlocked in Texas, and that's what I wanted to work in at WSL or anything in that market. I worked at Vans in college for 3. I interned at Vans to try to get in there, and then I started surfing in college. We went to Bali, and that was like my first big surf trip.
Oh, if
on
you're
like
going
a
to do it,
beater
you
board.
got to lean in and go straight to the source. It wasn't like you're like, oh, I'm going to, hit a Malibu moment. You went to fucking Bali.
Oh, I mean, I'm going to get my ass kicked for saying that, like, my first big, because Texas there's no waves in Texas. We could drive down and
we're going to go to Galveston.
Longboard and
yeah.
But we went and we sent it and it was so much fun. It was like 11 days. We surfed every single day and then came back to California and I was surfing all the time. I lost it a little bit just living in Venice because it's tough. The water's gives you diseases, right?
I grew up going to surf camp, and I would go to the surf camp every summer in San Diego.
Oh,
called
sick.
Pasquit Surf Camp, and I would sleep in a tent in the Mission Bay trailer park.
Wow.
And my parents had no idea. They saw the movie Blue Crush. I was like, being from Atlanta, I was like, I'm going to go to surf camp, and then they had no idea that they were sending me to a camp in a trailer park, and it was the best 4 summers of my life.
So you'd fly out.
I'd fly out, yeah, and I used to longboard. I haven't been on a board in years.
Oh my god! So you were like a surf bum?
I was like a
How long
surf
was the
bum,
camp?
but at a camp, all summer. And
Shut up.
Yeah, and it was like a very prestigious camp.
I'm
I met
sure.
Kelly Slater, Rob Machado, all the big surfers we would do clinics with. But my parents had no idea. I was
wow.
staying in a trailer park. It was great though.
Oh my god.
That's the way to do it. And then they were and then I went back to musical theater. So I've lived
awesome.
a million different lives.
I still feel like in the back of my head, I said this recently, when is this? I keep thinking there's going to be a summer or a winter I can take off and be a ski instructor and live in the bunks.
Right.
Or when am I going to study abroad? I keep forgetting that
study abroad?
I can't because I'm not a student because I've graduated, and it's that's a crazy feeling. When am I going to do this thing that I dream of? When am I going to go to surf camp for the whole summer and stay in a trailer park?
Can I tell you when you're going to do that?
When?
You're about to start making money, and then you can do whatever the fuck you want. And then you call your agents, and they're like, we don't want you to take off the summer, but you go, I'm going to go be a surf bum. First of all, that was the biggest thing. This is every guy at Ole Miss would go to Jackson Hole after college.
Right.
They'd teach skiing or fucking fly fishing in the summer.
Yeah.
And that's what they did. And they lived in Jackson Hole for 3 years. And then they would try and come back and get a job under their dad's a private equity company.
I know a couple of those.
You can do whatever you want. You can go be a ski bum.
I can't.
You can't?
I couldn't enjoy it. I've never relaxed, I don't think.
Okay.
Even when I was okay, you've been laid off of your job. You applied to your 6 jobs today. I have no cuticles.
You chew them off?
I chew them off. When I have any downtime, I chew off my fingers.
Yeah, I'm a biter too.
Yeah.
That's why I got to keep the acrylics.
Yeah, I should get some.
What are your other dirty secrets? So when you get anxious, you chew your nails.
Yeah, I don't.
Are you did you pick scabs or anything? Do you pick at your face?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, you got clear skin, so it looks good.
Thank you.
You're not too stressed right now.
When you get closer, you'll see it. But no, I'll have one small. I'll have a mole, and I'm let me make that a gash on my chin.
Mm-hmm. Nothing better than trying to personally remove a skin tag.
Some people read a book to relax. I sit in my sink in my mirror and kind of just go at my
Personal
face like a crackhead. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Do you have any I don't even want to say vices because these are things are bad for you, and it's like a guilty pleasure. It's this is bad.
Yeah, I do bite. I'm a biter, and then I'll try and pick at other people. I'm if you get a sunburn, I wanna peel it.
Yeah.
What are some of my other vices?
Like a pet iguana. I want to take off your shedding skin.
I will be, and it's actually a sign of high intelligence about being an intense procrastinator where something that really big is coming up. But the way I realize in my life, I'm so on with everything else, but a creative project, I have to lock myself in a room for 24 hours and do not leave, take an Adderall and just crank it the fuck out. I'm not one of those people where if I know that something's coming up, I'll just cut off the schedule for 2 days and you won't hear from me or see from me. And I'll wake up with mono, but then I've written the book,
Okay, so with this tour coming up, I knew about it. I knew it was coming. A month out, I said, no one invite me to do anything. I'm at home, heads down, no worries. And then, it would be the weekend, and I'm I sat down for an hour. I'm gonna go to dinner. I'm gonna go out tonight, whatever. Next week, I'm heads down, did all my responsibilities. And then the weekend, I kid you not, 6 days leading up to my tour, I knocked out every single second of my hour set.
Yeah.
From start to finish. And it was done when I got to Seattle. I wrote the final bit. But I cannot even I need a deadline, first of all, but I cannot operate even at length from the deadline. Even if I would have been really productive a month before it was due, I would have scrapped that because I hated it by then
100%.
and redone it.
Yeah, and you'll find that on the road too. You'll like start with like the top of your show, and then in 2 weeks you'll be like, I fucking hate this, cutting it all.
Oh, it's crazy. It's so insane because it needs to be, it is what it is. I like what I like in the moment, and it changes like day to day. And I don't like that either, but unfortunately it works. Are
there life lessons now though? If you did, okay, so imagine you're back at UT, you're going to talk to these kids. What were like the 3 things now as at the wise age of 26 that you would tell somebody like, don't fucking do, or don't waste your time on this? Like I always tell like young women, like be nicer to yourself. We're so fucking hard on ourselves. We're always thinking we got to change something about ourselves to, you know, fit into society. I'd be like, girls, you just fucking enjoy the ride. Enjoy those perky tits. You're a lot thinner than you think you are. Like just enjoy it. What would you tell young men of this generation?
I would also tell young men to enjoy those perky tits.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I'm even in a place to give advice, honestly, to people. I think also this sucks. This is so my dad of me to say, but like the first 2 years out of college just generally suck for everybody.
Yeah.
So when you think like I'm depressed, it's like, yeah, you just have to pay your dues, honestly.
You fully have to pay your dues. That's why I'm yelling at the kids at Ole Miss. I'm like, go get a restaurant job. I think everybody, like, you know how like South Korea, you have to be in the military.
Right.
I think everybody should have to serve at brunch shift.
I absolutely agree.
You should have to work as a valet. You should have to work at, you know, a country club, some shit. You got to go wait on the people of America and then let me know, you know, where you're at in your life.
That puts things in perspective too, because once you're there and you're like, you're a server and you have to put on a smile that whole time, and you're moving and you can't think about it too much.
Right.
You almost become automated. Once you're in a role where like this is your role, you actually feel better because it puts things in perspective. I think like looking back at my past jobs when I was like, oh, every job has been my dream job, and looking back, I'm like, damn, that was miserable.
So you've never had the like a really like beginning basic shitty job?
No, I have. Yeah, okay. I was a caterer. I worked at a restaurant at a country club.
Yeah,
I loved it honestly because it's so ADHD, like focused. Honestly, like I was head on a swivel all the time. Empty glass, got to fill that up. Plate needs to be. Oh, do you guys need anything? I also wanted tips really bad. Yeah,
and you don't have to learn the menu. You just have to know whatever you're walking out the kitchen door with. Yeah, they're like tuna tartare. All right, I got it.
Let me get back in. And also my coworkers, high and drunk. So I was the only one that could actually do any of that.
High and drunk.
I was like, you guys enjoy your time back here. I'm getting all your tips and I'm not going to split them. So
I was always so jealous of the people who could like go to work high.
Yeah.
I've never been a wake and baker. I enjoy a nice solid gummy and a white wine these days.
Sure.
But I couldn't. I never understood the kids who could function. Were you ever go through like a big stoner phase?
I did not, because I'm scared. Weed makes me scared. But
same.
Yeah, I tried a bunch of times. I did go through, like in college, I would bring a drink to class on like when all my friends were going out and I had like a late class. Like
like astronomy.
Yeah. Oh my God. Mine was actually my portfolio class that I really needed to be on in, which weirdly, like my cranberry vodka, my client was Ocean Spray. So I was like, I'm working, I'm on the clock. But that actually ended up, that's so weird. That ended up being our project. I was like, I was bringing cranberry vodkas to class because we got a bunch of free Ocean Spray. And we were submitting ideas for Ocean Spray's next campaign. And I was like, they should do festivals because I'm loving drinking this like on the go on my Hydro Flask. And that was what we submitted. And we got first place and we submitted that to Ocean Spray, which was really funny.
Hell yes. Did you get a check from that?
No. We actually paid tuition to do that. Yeah. But when we won, our professor took us out to dinner. That was the prize. And which is
like
funny.
Like a Ruth's Chris Steakhouse?
It was a nice, it was North Italian. What is it? North Italiano? North Italian. I don't know. There's like 3 of them in Austin. I think it might be like a small chain. It's good. It's like, it's nicer than what I could afford. So I was like, this is awesome. And we were having wine with my professor. And I was like, you know, it's kind of funny. We were graduating in like a week. I used to bring cranberry vodkas to your class. I thought we were really like heart to heart.
Vibing with the teacher.
No. Wasn't the case. She stood up actually in the restaurant and was like, why the fuck would you think that that's okay? Why the fuck would you tell me that? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I was like, oh,
yeah,
misread the room. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Reroute to my wine here.
I was a theater major, so all the kids were just kind of like drunk and hysterically crying all the time and really in their feels.
They were drinking?
They were always oversharing.
Wow.
Well, no, they were just on a lot of like SSRIs.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so now, all right, you're a comedy king. You're freshly touring. You're gonna start writing. You know, you're biting your nails.
Yeah.
The mono is dormant. What's on the 5-year vision board list? Do you do a vision board?
No, I need to.
You should.
Yeah.
It works. I'm telling you, it's wild. It really works.
I need to write things down. So I think a vision board is a nicer, an easier visual because I could just like look at pictures. Like that's great.
Helps with the ADHD too. If you need a moment to like focus, it's a good creative challenge for yourself. Maybe take a gummy, start vision boarding a little bit. You're going to love it.
You know what's weird is I kind of don't like to plan things out because everything I plan out it's not come to fruition, but something else awesome has.
Right.
And it was in a different direction. So like my 5 years ago today, like I would have hoped that I would have somehow fostered like a lion cub and had one of those, like it comes and visits me in the wild and jumps on and then I would get viral video fame from that. Like it seeing me in the wild.
That's what I watch before I go to bed.
Oh my God.
Those videos get me so horny.
Yeah.
When, you know, you have the gay British couple that rescued, that bought the fucking lion from Harrods. Did you ever see that couple? And then they bought it. They bought a lion cub at Harrods. Then they gave it to a conservation in Africa. They go back 20 years later and the lion cub comes running towards them.
That's the one I watch all the time. Yeah. So I thought that would be me.
Yeah,
and like
right
life doesn't always pan out the way you want it to. I also thought and think, and I'm not giving this one up, that one of these days, as a functioning alcoholic, I'll go to a bar and I'll sit next to an old man and we'll have a simple conversation that touches his heart. It's heavy on his face. And he puts me in his will. Like, is that so hard? Yeah. I think there's a lot. The 1% is bigger than we think, and they're probably a lot of them are alone. And I would love to meet them.
Nicole Smith that, okay?
Yes.
That's what you got to do. Find an old, rich zaddy.
Yep.
You know, maybe a couple loose hand jobs. You probably, at that point, when you're in your 90s, your sexual drive's probably pretty low. You know, but I think you find a zaddy, and then that's how, and then you can study abroad. If we're studying abroad, where are we going? I studied abroad in Italy. I'm very passionate about it. Yes, I suggest you go to Florence.
Damn,
yes.
that should have been me.
You can still
I'm happy
do it.
For you.
I think we could get you sponsored by like a university.
Wow.
You know, maybe you take the Scared Straight program to a university abroad.
I wonder if there's a market for comedians to learn a new language and then tour with their existing set in a different country. I don't know if it connects at all, unless it's like...
I mean, Tom Segura does that. He speaks Spanish, so he does that. Who were some of your big comedy heroes growing up?
Larry David.
The best.
Judd Apatow. I've watched Amy Schumer for a long time. I really like her. And then obviously Tina Fey, Amy Poehler, I really like. Jerry Seinfeld.
Who's your dream collab? Like if you get to...
Collab?
Yeah, if you're like, okay, my show, that I've written the movie, I've written the show, it gets picked up. Who do you want to work with?
Judd.
Yeah.
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 That would be insane. I actually talked to someone. I was having a thing for the tour this morning, and I was asked a similar question, and I ended up with Judd as well. Judd is sitting heavy on my face right now, I think.
Here's the thing. Manifest that shit.
I know.
Judd,
Judd.
Just double hand job.
Judd sitting on both sides of me at the bar.
Just Judd it up and then write that shit down.
Yeah.
And as long as you keep your mono dormant and at bay, I think you got a big fucking career ahead of you.
Oh, come on.
I want to come check out the show.
Please, I would love that.
All right, and where do you usually perform when you're here? Do you pop over on the West Side?
I do a lot. I host a show at Aviator Nation in Malibu, and that's always fun. There's some big dogs that come through there.
I just got my first Aviator Nation suit, and I bought one at you're like at the store, like the Aviator Nation store.
Yep.
I bought one at the Vegas store. It was 30% off.
What did that run you?
It ran about $235. Yeah. And I've been walking around West Hollywood this morning in my bright neon purple suit, and I've never felt more alive.
There is no one that's as much of a like. Who is that? Than someone wearing a matching Aviator Nation set.
Especially like a white woman. You know what I mean? You know her name's
Who
Willow.
Who the hell is that?
Who is that in her hot pink Aviator Nation?
Is that a Trump? No, I have one too that I've been wearing. I just realized it's woman's. It seems like it's unisex, but like when I had a camel toe, I was like, okay, this is actually like a woman's set.
Yeah.
And so I was able to give that to one of my friends, but I just got a new set and it is epic. It's quilted.
Ooh.
It's insane. Yeah.
All right.
It's cool. I'll send you a picture of it.
Living your West Side white woman life.
It is. I got to walk my dog, and get this. I look like such a lesbian because of my haircut and then also my vibe. Like I have this leash that ties around my waist so I can be on my phone. Yeah. And also have my Hydro Flask.
Hands free, baby.
They're like, where's this lesbian going? Where is she off to? It's me though. I am living that West Side
lesbian life.
Lesbian life.
You know, we got a lot of lesbian fans of the podcast. This is a very power lesbian energy that we give lesbians. Off. Yeah, we love lesbians. I think lesbians get a lot of shit done.
They do.
I'm currently doing construction at my home, and I'm about to fire all of the male construction workers and just hire lesbians alone.
Yeah.
The men are too emo on the job. The electrician's threatening to walk off the job because he's pissed at the plasterer, etc. I said, just get a bunch of fucking lesbians in here with tool belts.
It'll be done in 2 days.
The sister to the traveling tool belt. Let's just get it done and get it done. So listen, if you're a lesbian out there and you're looking for love, there's a fresh lesbian here. Connor is ready for it.
We could go on walks with my dog.
It's perfect. Listen, I'm wishing you all the success.
Thank you.
And you're going to crush it. And tell everybody where they can find you.
I'm Fibula across the board, social media stuff.
And where can we purchase tickets?
Connor Wood. Oh my God, I suck at this.
Connor Wood.
It's at the link in my bio on Instagram.
That's all we
easier.
Need.
It's in my link tree.
And where are your butthole photos? On OnlyFans or
they
Craigslist?
Right now I'm holding back to see like when I get canceled. I'm gonna whip those out.
Okay.
So those are in my Eyes Only album.
Fantastic.
At this time.
Yeah.
We'll see when we cross that bridge. But thank you so much for having me.
Oh my God, thanks for coming.
This flew by.
Ladies and gentlemen, as always, you know where to find us. And follow Connor and go see him. And then maybe throw your panties at the stage.
Do it.
You know
that
what I mean?
Would be fun.
I love that. Yeah. Congratulations on everything
you're
doing.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
We'll see you on the next episode. Ciao.